watching number 12. Cleveland cold, but the wrist still melt. Don't call me 2, I'm 12 myself. He won 2 in college, but now
don't call me 2 no more. Call me 12. Don't call me 2 no more.
Left that 2 in the past. New number, new lane. Got the dog pound behind me and gold in my chain. Number 12 like Brady, but I'm still me. Pressure built different when you born to lead. Pocket calm like snow in December. Now I'm in the land, make the city remember. Ain't no clone, this a brand new script. Came from the 2, now I'm flipping the script. Oh, don't call me 2, call me 12. Old jersey, new era, welcome to the land. Number change, but the mission don't fade. AP watch and the ice still sway. From Buddha to Browns, levels to this whole digit, same dog. Built for the blitz.
12 in the field. Yes, sir. QB 1 by.
Dash 2 was the spark. Dash 12 is the storm. I'm past the comparisons, now I perform. No more debates, no more doubt. They gon' feel me when I air it out. Same soul, New Jersey stitch. Legacy earned, never switched. Just a number, it's a chapter flip. Now the league gotta deal with this. Don't call me 2, call me 12. Whole jersey, new era, welcome to the land. Number change, but the mission don't fade. AP watching, the ice still sway. From Buddha to Browns, levels to this whole digit, same dog. I'm built for the blitz.
It's a statement. It's not about where I was. It's about where I'm going. Yeah.
Now it's game time, chains on stealth. Whole league watching number 12. Cleveland cold, but the wrist still melt. Don't call me 2, I'm 12 myself. He won 2 in college, but now
don't call me 2 no more. Call me 12. Don't call me 2 no more.
Left that 2 in the past. New number, new lane. Got the dog pound behind me and gold in my chain. Number 12 like Brady.
He won 2 in college, but now so don't call me 2 no more. Call me 12.
New, clearly 2 in the past. New number, new lane. Got the dog pound behind me, gold in my chain. Number 12 like Brady, but I'm still me. Pressure built different when you born to lead. Pocket calm like snow in December. Now I'm in the land, make the city remember. Ain't no clone, this a brand new script. Came from the 2, now I'm flipping the script. Yeah. Don't call me 2, call me 12. Old jersey, new era, welcome to the land. Number change, but the mission don't fade. AP watching, the ice still sways. From Boulder to Browns, levels to this whole digit, same dog. I'm built for the men. 12 in the field, yes sir. QB 1-5. Let's get 2 was the spark. 12 is the storm. I'm past the comparisons, now I perform. No more debates, no more doubt. They gon' feel me when I air it out. Same soul, New Jersey stitch. Legacy earned, never switch. Ain't just a number, it's a chapter flip. submission don't fade. AP watching the ice still sway. From Buddha to Browns, levels to this. Home diction, same dog, I'm built for the man. Cove in the field, yes sir. QB 154. 12 ain't just a number, it's a statement. It's not about where I was, it's about where I'm going. Yeah, 808s, yeah, time, chains on stealth. Whole league watching number 12. Cleveland cold, but the wrist still melt. Don't call me 2, I'm 12 myself.
He won 2 in college, but now, so don't call me 2 no more.
Call me 12. Get new, gladly 2 in the
We here.
past, new number, new lane. Got the dog pound behind me,
Open
go
left, I ain't
in my
talking.
chain. Number 12
Hit that
like
like button.
Brady, but I'm still me.
That
Pressure
Pamela,
built
that
different
music
when you
on.
born to lead. Pocket
music
calm
is
like
fire.
snow in December.
Appreciate you. You already know you better stop playing with me. Money man, you already know you better stop playing with me. Hey, I'm telling you, man. So listen. Hit that like button, let's ride. Let me look into the camera when I say this. Shedeur was supposed to go to the Browns this whole time. Not only was Shedeur supposed to go to the Browns, the whole NFL colluded, including the Browns. They was making a statement to Shedeur. It ain't about humbling him. It ain't about because of his attitude. That's the narrative they want to put out so we can believe in it. That's what we've been talking about the whole time. But y'all already know. The way my brain works, I came up with the truth. Ain't nobody gonna tell you like me. The guy, Garrett Bush, he the one that put my thought in the head. I was watching his video. And the thought came to me based off what one of the people on his view. Some of y'all be over there. I seen some of y'all faces pop up on the comments. That the lady said, we're gonna take a look at the clip. The lady said Shedeur is taking the punishment for Deshaun Watson. So I said, wow. Now coming 2 and 2, becoming 4. 1 and 2 coming 3. Shedeur is collateral collusion. He not even in the league yet, but he getting punished for what happened with Deshaun Watson. Now think about it. Think about it. Listen to me now. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. This collusion case came to a conclusion in January. They had made a verdict that the NFL won. But didn't nobody say nothing until now, 5 months later. The NFL draft was in April. We in June now, and it just came out. So the NFL been colluded, but had went to court and found basically not guilty, put it like that. Why can't we still do it again? We gonna let the Browns draft Shedeur. That's your punishment. But you can't give him a fully guaranteed contract because you already gave Deshaun Watson one, and you the one that started this mess. They couldn't give Shedeur a fully guaranteed contract because of Deshaun Watson. Y'all know these rookie contracts in the first round, they fully guaranteed. And I ain't even gonna lie to you. It's probably a good thing he ain't get drafted in the first round to get stuck in that debacle with them rookie contracts. Because I sat there and thought about it again. These rookies come in the league, they basically locked up for 5 years. It you normally take 3 to 4 years for a player to really like determine if he gonna stay in the league or he gonna go out the league. Cause a lot of people say NFL stands for not for long. So if I can get a first round talent on a first round guaranteed contract that only gonna cost me $40 million instead of $230 million, I'm gonna take that and get at least 5 years out of him. Did he ruin it? Because the contract they shook the NFL, which is Deshaun Watson, a fully guaranteed 5-year, $230 million contract, the largest guaranteed deal in NFL history at the time. This is what all the collusion is about. It upended the quarterback market when Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, and Russell Wilson, they was up to get renewed on their contract, and they want a similar contract, but were denied. That's when the NFL owners came together, had their annual meeting, and said, no, we cannot allow this to happen where these players get fully guaranteed contracts. And you say, why? They didn't want to do that money, man. Because the NFL is worth valuation $289 billion. This valuation is based on the combined worth of all 32 NFL teams. The average NFL franchise is worth $6.49 billion. The Dallas Cowboys are the most valuable team, valued at $11 billion. And you think $230 million would be a drop in the bucket for a team. But if you have all 32 teams with all 500, 600 some players in the league all getting guaranteed contracts, and all 32 teams quarterbacks want $230 million plus, that money add up. But if I'm getting $6.49 million for a team, just say one team, Cowboys $11 billion, Cincinnati at 5.2. That's why they so cheap. They making so much money that I solved it. They making so much money, if I can get the cheap labor from the black athletes, majority in the league now, that's why I said black, I can reap the benefit of the most profit. I'm trying to find the word. It's a word for it. I can gain the most revenue from 5 years of work. There it is. I can gain the most revenue from 5 years of work. That's why you see when these vet players trying to get these big contracts, or Pro Bowl player, or All Pro, get cut because he want $100 million return on investment. There it is. I couldn't think of it. That's why he get cut, because he want too much money when I can go get a first rounder that do the same thing as younger and pay him $40 million for 5 years. Why I gotta pay you $230 million for 5 years? No, let's get back to it. This is what I want to get to right here. Shedeur Sanders, while not part of the original case, Some speculate the ongoing influence of the league-wide backlash contributed to a low-ball rookie contract and draft slide. It did. That's the main. This is the reason. It ain't about humbling him. It ain't about the pre-draft interviews. It ain't about how bad he did at the combine interviews. It ain't about he sandbagged. It ain't about he had headphones in the room. It ain't about the Giants putting out that information even though it contributed to it. That ain't the main reason. The main reason is Deshaun Watson contract exposed the NFL. The NFL colluded and still is doing it, and Shedeur is the collateral collusion. Y'all need to hit that like button. Share this video right now. Don't dive a little. Y'all think I'm all the way in there. I'm just barely touching the surface. Y'all need to hit that like button. I wasn't even gonna go live, but hit that like button. He ain't gonna get evaluated to QB1. Cause I'm about to tell you why. It was the Cleveland Browns playing all alone to draft Shedeur and Dillon Gabriel. It was they playing all alone. All the other NFL teams colluded that since you gonna give Deshaun Watson a fully guaranteed contract, we gonna give you the most hyped player in the NFL draft, maybe even most hyped more than his dad. Think about it. Shedeur got talked about before the draft, during the draft, and he getting talked about after the draft. What did the Browns do? They went against the grain and gave Deshaun Watson a fully guaranteed contract and been getting punished ever since. So guess what? We gonna punish you and make you take Shedeur Sanders, which we cannot control, and we gonna let you deal with him. We don't want to mess with him. You gave Deshaun Watson a contract. You went against the grain. You the one want to sneak out the house when we done told you not to. And then you done got caught. You gonna take this problem that we can't control. We gonna give him to you. Look at this. Shedeur Sanders had a top 30 visit to the Cleveland Browns, New York Giants, Las Vegas Raiders, Pittsburgh Steelers, and it was going to the Tennessee, but I don't think he went. All these teams need a quarterback. Yeah, it ain't no I bet he did. Because he the one that told the NFL team not to get no fully guaranteed contract. Cleveland Browns, New York Giants, Las Vegas Raiders, Pittsburgh Steelers, and Tennessee Titans. They scheduled the host Sanders for a top 30 visit and a private workout. The Giants also have a top 30 visit scheduled with Sanders. They have reportedly done extensive work on Sanders throughout the draft process, including dinners and private workout. But they came out with that information about the interview? The Raiders have also scheduled a visit with Sanders, who is a strong prospect for them at the 6th overall pick. You listen to that guy, Albert, he'll tell you Shedeur wasn't even projected to be in the first round. The way he tell it, Shedeur wasn't even on nobody's board to be in the first round. Las Vegas had him prospect in the 6th overall pick. The Steelers are bringing Sanders in for a top 30 visit despite holding the 21st pick. This visit is notable as it suggests they may be considering training up in the draft. Then, man, it came out that the Steelers didn't even have Shedeur on their draft board. How? How they ain't had Shedeur on their draft board if he going to a 30 visit? And we know he went because he talked about it. the Browns were supposed to draft Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders from the jump. This is the Cleveland Browns' punishment for giving Deshaun Watson that $230 million guaranteed contract for 5 years. And Deshaun didn't help it because he ain't been playing good at all. He messed it up, and Russell Wilson messed it up. Russell Wilson had a no-trade clause in his contract when he got traded from Seattle to the Broncos. Broncos colluded against Russell Wilson. They lied to that man. He thought he was going to get a 7-year, $50 million a year contract from the Broncos when he got traded. That's why he waived no trade clause. Then he thought he was going to get a fully guaranteed contract. But it's a clause or a line in the contract that the agent for Russell Wilson thought that meant that he was going to get fully guaranteed money up until 2025 on the contract he did sign. But he didn't. That's why they released him. They saved like $25 million or whatever. They saved some whatever kind of money. But let me get back to it. Why I say Dillon Gabriel. Guess what? Guess who only had a top 30 visit to the Browns? Dillon Gabriel. The Browns was the only team Dillon Gabriel had a top 30 visit with. Who he went with? Shedeur Sanders, Trevor Hunter, or Dude Carter. Why in the world is Dillon Gabriel on a top 30 visit if he projected to go to the 4th, 5th, 6th round? Why he on a top 30 visit? To the Cleveland Browns. This man ain't even going in the first, he ain't even projected to go in the first 2 days. But he on a top 30 visit. It was meant for them to draft Shedeur and Dillon Gabriel. Now, let's get to the money-wise with Shedeur. Like I said earlier, getting drafted in the first round, I locked Shedeur in. It would lock Shedeur in. Let me pull it up. Right here. We looking at Trevor Hunter. Well, now let's just go number 5, Mason Graham. Because they traded back. Let's just say they still traded back. Y'all see number 5 right here. Mason Graham, defensive tackle. Let's say, hypothetical, because we all know he should have got drafted in the first round, but Shedeur got drafted number 5 overall to the Cleveland Browns at $40 million a year. $40.8 million, not a year. 4-year contract, $40.8 million. 26 signing bonus. Guaranteed. Fully guaranteed. Now, what we know is we all expect Shedeur to be a superstar. To do what he did at Colorado. We expect him, all of us expect him to do that, right? So if I'm paying this man $40 million for the next 5 years, I know it say 4, but we taking in the extra year they give you. That's why I say 5. We take into account the extra 5th year on the rookie contract. So he got 5 years, $40.8 million. If Shedeur do what we think he gonna do, they're gonna have to pay him $230 million. And guess what he gonna ask for? A fully guaranteed contract. But If I get him in the 5th round for 4.6, because we supposed to got him all along. The Cleveland Browns was supposed to draft Shedeur from the beginning. That's why he kept falling. The Browns just said, okay, we don't see nobody else on the board we really like. Because they didn't have to trade them picks. They didn't have to trade them picks to get Shedeur. Because he was going to keep falling until they picked him. Because the Cleveland Browns' punishment is to draft Shedeur. So it didn't matter if they got him in the last pick they had. They were going to get him. So we going to trade up and just go ahead and get him because we don't want to deal with this no more. The draft. Because we don't see nobody else of value. So we going to get him at a steep discount. That's the only reason why he fell, because they didn't want to pay him that $40 million. They wanted to pay him 4.6. So he can outplay his contract for 4 years. Then get what? When he become the star and the future franchise quarterback, the QB1, we ain't got to pay him $230 million. We might could just give him what Brock Purdy got. We can give him what Brock Purdy got. Y'all follow with me. Hit that like button. Ain't nobody breaking it down like I'm breaking it down. Even though the salary cap gonna be up higher than what that is. We can give him a cheaper contract. They're not fully guaranteed. Shedeur Sanders, a victim of collateral collusion. While Sanders was not named in the official NFLPA collusion grievance, there is growing speculation that cultural and financial fallout from Deshaun Watson contract and subsequent league-wide response indirectly impacted Shedeur's draft stock and contract. Context: NFL post-Watson environment. This is what the NFL did. They panicked over future quarterback leverage. That's why they didn't want to give nobody no fully guaranteed contract. Refused to offer similar deals to elite veterans. That's where the collusion come in. Share internal talking points warning about their Watson effect. That's where the collusion come in. Result: a chilling effect across the league toward young black quarterbacks seeking early control or influence over their narrative, contracts, or branding, especially those seen as independent or entitled. Them in the exact words that they used about Shedeur, right? What source it is? The greatest source it is right now. Why Shedeur was the perfect target? Okay, they them the exact same word they use. He entered the draft. Shedeur entered the draft with an NFL father, Deion Sanders, actively branding him. A massive NIL portfolio, $4.4 million plus, making him appear not needy. A confident personality, often misinterpreted as arrogance, and an expectation of being treated like a top-tier brand, not just a rookie. The NFL do not like the NIL from college. Where what posted, GG? This ain't posted nowhere. This is mine. This is information I come up with using this source right here. I'm telling you, y'all don't know how to use it. Y'all be searching for recipes. Y'all got to ask this thing some real questions. I'm just saying. How's a BS source? You see what I'm on. That's why you gonna get left behind, Malik. But AI is taking over the world and you ain't gonna use it? You use it every day and don't even know it. So why not use it to the benefit when I can get exact information that ain't gonna lie to me? I ain't gotta hear from somebody, oh, he said that I heard that she said. No. Let me type it in and see what come up. And it make a lot of sense. The NIL money, making players, top tier players, NIL money, making top tier players in college football come into the NFL, looking at the NFL money like they don't need it because they already got some. So now, like Stewart, you gonna want guarantees or fully guarantees in your contract to where NIL money, you were getting that money regardless. You were getting that NIL money in college because of who you were and what school you was at. NFL, it ain't no guarantee you gonna get all that money. So you need to put it in the contract. Or the wording of the contract has to be a specific way so you can get majority of your money, if not all of it. NIL in college, you were getting all of it. Now combine that with a league, just got burned by the Deshaun Watson guaranteed deal. It's still limiting Lamar Jackson's leverage. Doesn't want to create another quarterback contract arms race. That's a setup for quiet suppression. I'm telling you, he was projected. Well, not projected. He was supposed to go to Cleveland Browns all along. They talking about drafting Clemson quarterback. But you already got your punishment. You already got your punishment. That's why I said I'm going to have to start talking about year 2. I'm going to have to start talking about year 2 with Shedeur. Because at this point, when I just look, and all that would come into my head, and I start doing it right here, and I seen what they were doing and how it's going, that Shedeur was supposed to go to the Browns because that was the collateral collusion. He was the collateral of the collusion, which Deshaun Watson started. His contract started, which in turn, the Cleveland Browns gave him the contract, so they the franchise that started it, and they getting punished. So the punishment is you gonna take the player we can't control and put him on your team. Now you deal with them. You deal with all that media. You deal with that controversy. You deal with that quarterback competition. Come on now. Projected value top quarterback, 35 million to 50 million. 20 million, 30 million guaranteed, brand building leverage. Shedeur lost 45 plus million compared to peers like Bo Nix or JJ McCarthy, despite many analysts saying he had first round talent. See, you keep saying 31 teams passed on Shedeur. When I clearly just told you the Browns were supposed to draft him all along. Y'all get so stuck on what the media narrative want you to think. Let the media narrative do the dirty work. Allow the number scout to poison his image. Avoiding another quarterback pushing for top dollar control too soon. It's the Kaepernick model without the headlines. Collateral Collusion. Sabotaging his career before it even started. This man went on a 30 visit with all these top teams in the first round. 1, 2, 3, 4. Even though he didn't go to the Titans, they just say 3. 3 of them was in the top 5, 6. 3 of them was in the top 6. Meanwhile, where it at?
Playing from Savagev.
This about to get built. And guess who's going to reap the benefit? Guess who's going to be the quarterback in there? I'll be right back. And ain't even about the coverage. It's their punishment. Shedeur, this is the punishment. This ain't about the coverage. Hold on, I got you. Look at this stadium. They're where they trying to build. Well, they done got approval to build it now. This thing crazy. You think about how, look at that. Look at that. Yo, they getting a soccer team now? The Cavaliers gonna play now? NCAA tournament? Concerts? Esports game right there. Another concert sold out. WrestleMania. A glass dome. Wow. I'm telling you. This is the reason you get Shedeur at a steep discount. Think about this. Look at this. Think about it. Think about it. Look at this. You not selling this brand new stadium out with a 3-14 team. You building this off a $4.6 million quarterback that you got for 4 years. You gonna make as much money as possible. The return on investment gonna be crazy. Thank you, DJH. The return on investment gonna be crazy. If I'm paying him 4.6, and when I could have paid him 40 million, no, I'm taking 4.6. We got to pick him anyway. They told us we got to draft Shedeur. So guess what? We gonna let him fall as far as we can to get him at a steep discount. Cause we got a new stadium coming. We already know he's popular. It ain't even about making the most money off of him. It's our punishment because we gave Deshaun Watson a fully guaranteed contract when we almost created the downfall of the NFL. Well, it ain't even downfall of the NFL. The downfall of the control for the owners. That's what they almost created. It ain't even about Travis Hunter. You listen to what I'm saying now. Listen to what I'm saying. It ain't about nobody else. Travis Hunter don't have the same control, influence. I'm trying to word it right. Travis Hunter is not the same as Shedeur, far as the personality of the confidence and stigma that he could actually change the league. I want to say the league and young people coming up. I'm trying to word it right, Miss Yolanda. I'm trying to word it right. Let me try it again. Travis and Shedeur, two different positions. That's one of the main things. Two different positions. One, a quarterback, supposed to be seen as the leader and the most important position in the NFL. On top of that, Shedeur's confidence and the way he carried himself is threatening to the skinfolk owner. Travis Hunter is not a threat. That's where I want to go. Travis Hunter is not a threat. Shedeur is. He plays the most important position in our NFL. He has influence over a population, a community, or ethnic group that we trying to suppress and making them need us. He already got money, so he don't need the money. And we about to give him $40 million guaranteed for the next 5 years? No. We not about to encourage and influence that even more by giving him the satisfaction of being drafted in the first round and getting a fully guaranteed contract at $40 million? No, we're not doing that. So Cleveland, you gonna draft him, and you better not draft him in the first round. They probably even told him the first 3 rounds. DD. Guy, lady, girl, human. That statement so wrong because you just getting here. I know you. I ain't never seen you in here, and that's completely false. So what I'm saying is, hey, that collusion real. What y'all think? I'm telling you, you don't. Every time you go on here, like they take me back to the homepage because that's what I'm trying to show. If I click on this, it ain't taking me to where I want to go. But y'all get my point. When I click on that, who the first picture you see? Who the first jersey you see? It's not a coincidence, man. We gonna get the biggest return on investment that we can. They still talking about Deion Johnson, man. Ain't nobody worried about you talking about. They're talking about what they made now regarding training camp. We feature 8 practices open to public. Okay. Who up there in Cleveland? Who up there in Cleveland, man? Dang, they got to practice on my birthday. But this where I got this from.
I want to make sure I got you guys together. On Saturday night of the draft that if the Browns took Shedeur on Sunday, Shedeur was taking on Saturday night of the draft that if the Browns took Shedeur on Sunday, Shedeur was taking the hit for Deshaun Watson's contract. I completely agree. Y'all be a conspiracy theorist if you want to. But when I see stuff like this happen and you see the slide, and you see all of them other teams ahead of them need quarterbacks. All of them other teams shook over him. Dylan Gabriel went over him. All of these other quarterbacks, you take a look at all of the list of guys that went ahead of him. It makes sense. Why do you think they could keep rescheduling Deshaun Watson's contract? Why do you think they were? Remember Myles Garrett asked what was the plan? Remember when Myles Garrett asked what the plan was? And we was confused about what they was going to tell him? That don't look so far-fetched now, does it? Do it. Lily says,
My birthday in August, but Gigi, what are you talking about? And I know you was up here. Your picture popped up here on one of these comments. When I looked at it, I was like, look at Gigi and say I'm more on now. I think y'all were a little bit earlier, though. But nah, that what sparked this whole thing to be in my head about, dang, they was supposed to draft Shedeur all alone. The racism never ends. I don't know. I don't know where he gonna be. But I tell you right now, the notion of Shedeur being QB1 and starting, that's over with. That is over with. They not gonna start Shedeur. And I told y'all, Dylan Gabriel gonna get in before Shedeur get in. That's just what it is now. You can't. Shedeur is your punishment.
I'm starting Shedeur. You started 4 years of college. You starting for me? Absolutely, you starting. I've seen what Kenny Pickett can do. Is he gonna be what, like a Sam Darnold? You go to Philly, you learn, and now you're a better quarterback. I'm going with Shedeur. He's accurate. He can throw with anticipation. Is he's the strongest arm, the most athletic? No. Shedeur Sanders starting for me.
If it's not Kenny Pickett, the only other option is Shedeur, because I believe he's the best talented quarterback on that roster. I know you drafted Gabriel in the third, but I don't think he's as good as Shedeur. So let's see what Shedeur has and put him out there in that game. But I do not mind Kenny Pickett going out there first with him being young and giving him the key.
I'm starting Shedeur. You started 4 years ago.
I can't believe that James Jones say. Cause he came out and said he got to make the team with Buddy. Jace Daniel, whatever his name was. They came out and said he got to make the team. I'm like, what are we talking about? I can't wait to see what happened too. Because that's where they're going to come down to. What actually is going to happen. We already know and seen what Shedeur can do. It's just, at this level, what he gonna do. What they gonna allow him to do, because he got to get in first. Yeah, TJ Hubanzado. I seen him in person when I was in high school. They went up there to the Nike campus. I can't wait to see what happened to, because that's what it's going to come down to. Can Shedeur prove everybody wrong and prove himself right, like he said?
I'm ready for it. I'm accepting it. Will it get all the business and all the events that they said? I don't know. But as far as why the stadium is not going to be downtown anymore, a couple of factors. Number one, the city dragged their feet. I know for a fact that if they were to keep this stadium downtown, it would be 8 to 10 years before they would get something done. The Haslam's don't want to wait. Jimmy Haslam's 70-some years old. I mean, he's not going to wait around another 10 years for this. The Browns are going to get it done in 4 years. Number two, they didn't really have a plan. They talked about this land bridge, and it was in number three. You're still going to get 10 events a year. Folks, I drive by that thing every morning. I get off on West 3rd, and it's just sitting there, unused. What do they got? Monster truck, couple of concerts, and 8 games a year. Now it's up to the city and the mayor, and I'll ask Chris Ronan today what they plan on doing down there, because this thing is going to be built. It's done. I don't love it. I don't.
He just gave some more insight. Jimmy Haslam is 77 years old, and it might take them 4 years to build it. What we just got done talking about. That stadium gonna be done just in time where your cheap return on investment done generated you millions of dollars from Shedeur. He gonna be your franchise quarterback going into the new stadium with a new contract. It ain't gonna be fully guaranteed, but he gonna be in there with a new contract in a new stadium as your franchise quarterback that you got for 4.6, and your return on investment was so large that you willing to pay him now because you got him so cheap in the early run. It's just like a stock. If the stock good and it dip, Shedeur like a stock in this instant. Let me use this analogy. Exactly, crispy. Shedeur like a stock. Shedeur was so high priced at $40 million when he was coming out. Brand new IPO, $40 million. That means he's fresh on the market. He just came out. But then we come up in the draft, he started to fall. He fall even farther. He done fail more than 50%. You like, I can get this stock at 4.6 or 4 instead of 40? Wow. I'm in the game. I'm buying this dip. And if it keep dipping, I'm gonna still buy it. Cause this stock is good. I can get it at 4.6 instead of 40. Let's get it. Now we doing the V-shaped recovery. It ain't nothing but straight up. We gonna win up. Now we getting a little pullback. But you know when you got a good stop and to go up some and get a pullback, that means it's just pulling back like a slingshot. So we about to explode and take off. Appreciate it, GG. You coming through. I'm telling you. He ain't no pure pocket passer. Like, that's his. He got mobility. He just don't run. He not a run first. He is not run first quarterback.
What's going on, everybody? Back with a brand new episode of the Daily Grossi, June 26th, Thursday. Tony Grossi still on summer sabbatical. Look who we got today. The man, the myth, the legend, Tony Rizzo joining us. Have you ever been on the Daily Grossi before? Has Tony asked you to do it?
He is not, but let me just say this. I can't replace Tony Grossi talking about the Browns, but I'll do my best today to give, my side of the story, which sometimes is a little different than Tony.
Yeah, this I can already tell the Colorado people are probably going to enjoy this a little bit more than the Tony episodes. Before that, Riz, I did want to shout out our friends at True Fan Travel. We're going back to Vegas this year, and they're taking us, and it's going to be a hell of a trip. Cannot wait for that. So I want to shout out True Fan Travel. We had a blast last year in Vegas with True Fan.
I thought they over-delivered like I've never seen. It's why I agreed to go again this year. We're going with them to London, and we're going with them to Las Vegas. But the Vegas trip is a great time. It'll be in November, the week before Thanksgiving. A nice little getaway. We're going to have a ball. And let's get a bleeping win over there in Vegas for a change. Because I can't take Raider fan walking out of that stadium.
Raider.
Oh, God. Give me.
Hey, I don't even think he can control that. Because even if he do ball out, they gonna come up with some narrative. They probably gonna bring up them speeding tickets. But they're gonna come up with some narrative or some reason for him not to play. He don't deserve a shot. Bro, I'm telling you, it's something new every week.
Give me a break.
Riz, that's week 12. What are the odds that Shedeur's starting that game? They have to be higher than we would think, right?
Zach, I'm starting to believe that I cannot see a path other than maybe injury of Shedeur starting early in this season. And you know what? I as a Shedeur fan, because I think he can play at the NFL level. That's what this is all based on. I know he's a nice kid, and I love Deion growing up and everything, but this isn't a popularity contest. I think he can play. I think Shedeur's completion percentage is perfect for this offense, and I see it back. But I'm almost glad that he's not going to have all this pressure early on. I mean, the Browns did a smart thing, I thought, with Baker. And Baker actually started before they wanted him to because of injury. But I didn't want Baker with the weight of the world in week 1. I think Shedeur would handle it, but then he'd have to get most of the reps in training camp, and that's not going to happen. So I don't want to set him up to fail. But I think this. I think when Shedeur does get in, he's going to show people that he belongs in the NFL and that he can be a good starting quarterback for a franchise. I pray it's not with somebody else because I think that there are other steps the Browns will take before starting him, but that might be a good thing for Shedeur.
I just said the same thing. Now, Yolanda, I was just about to say something about your contract. What you just said, them NBA contracts, they fully guaranteed, but the players have majority control. The owners don't have that much control no more. And that's what the NFL don't want. They don't want the players to have a lot of control. Because your employee bringing in this big return on investment, that's why I don't want to give him a fully guaranteed contract where I got to pay him regardless of his performance, regardless if he get hurt. Now I'm losing money. It's all about the money. If a league as a whole is valuated at $289 billion, each team is on average is worth $6.49 billion. And if I got fully guaranteed contracts for 53 players, that's a lot of money that I got to shell out on payroll, not including the expenses and taxes that I got to pay for the stadium and all of that. I don't know exactly how it works. I'm just saying. You got other expenses besides just the players. You got to pay the coaches and everything. But, Yolanda, the NBA only got 15 players on a roster. 15 to 53. See what I'm saying? You got a bigger team, more players, fully guaranteed contracts. And you think exactly, NFL more dangerous. You think a quarterback gonna go out there? You think Tua gonna go out there for $50 million? Fully guaranteed $50 million. A 4-year, 5-year contract, guaranteed $50 million. No. He gonna want that 230. It is global. NFL trying to get global. And they're just gonna open up even more market for their money, but they still ain't gonna play the player like that.
What do you make of Deontay Johnson saying he thinks Kenny Pickett's going to start, and then TJ Houshmandzadeh saying he's talking to a non-player in the building, saying the competition's only between Gabriel and Pickett? Like, that's a lot.
Well, let's connect the dots here. I could see these scenarios in that. The first quarterback that Andrew Berry went out and got our GM was Kenny Pickett, and he traded for him. Yeah. The next quarterback he got, or the first quarterback he took in the draft, was Dylan Gabriel. I'm sure they want to get a look at those two players, but those two players are going to have to perform on the field. Yeah. And they might get the first start. Yeah, I learned this early on in my career. You know, there were guys that got opportunities before I did, but I knew when I got my opportunity that I was going to make the most of it. So these guys, I could see that scenario, but I still think it has to play out, Zach, in training camp, because you can't tell Myles Garrett and Joe Bitonio and Denzel Ward that we're going to go with this guy when the other guys look better, clearly better in training camp. So I think everything is subject to change based on what happens in training camp. Now, could the Browns, I don't want to use the word fix, could the Browns set up a scenario where Pickett gets most of the reps and then you'd have to start him? Yeah. Kenny's also a veteran guy who has a winning record in the league. So I don't think he'd be that hard of a sell to the locker room. I just wonder where Flacco fits in all this. Yeah. Because if they do want to get a look at Pickett and they do want to get a look at Gabriel, I know that Joe didn't come here to sit the bench. And I think Joe's going to try and win this job in training camp. So, Zach, I know there are people trying to make news right now by saying this guy's going to start, and that guy's going to start. We have no idea who's going to start. I said this in the past. I'll say it again. Let the best man win. That's what I want as a Browns fan.
And then, Riz, everything that, I mean, look, the QB tracker we did made news nationally. Every time we put it out. But when you looked at it, like, it backed up what we saw on the field from Shedeur at minicamp. He looked solid every day. Riz, they have to give him first team reps in training camp, right? At least
I do not, Zach, I do not understand why that didn't happen unless the Browns have a plan for him and it's going to come later in the year. Okay. I doubt very much that the Browns, unless they go 11-6, I don't think the Browns are going to get to a scenario where he doesn't play at all.
I'm telling you, they got to put Dillon Gabriel in before they put Shedeur. It's part of the collusion, the collateral collusion. It's part of it. Shedeur was the punishment. Shedeur was the punishment for the Browns. That's why I say week 1 out. Becoming QB1 right now is out. That's why they saying later in the year, after Kenny Pickett done got traded, Joe Flacco get replaced by Dillon Gabriel. Dillon Gabriel starts playing bad. Now Shedeur gonna come in. Now, it might happen faster if somebody get hurt, or if they just playing so bad that they just want to go ahead and all the fans gonna be screaming Shedeur.
I think he's going to get a chance. Now, I want to see him in training in the preseason games.
Yes.
But I don't know what the Browns play. If Pickett's their guy, then they're going to play him in the preseason. He needs the reps. Joe Flacco does not. Dillon Gabriel might. I don't like it, but Dillon Gabriel will probably play before Shedeur because he was drafted higher. I just think the Browns' plan is to put Shedeur on ice for a while and see how everything plays out. All I'm saying is I believe in his game so much that when that kid gets on the field, just watch what happens.
And before you had left, you talked a lot about, hey, this is going to work itself out. When Shedeur gets his chance, he's going to.
Yolanda, it ain't about the money. All these teams make money. It's about the power and the control. It ain't about the money with the teams. It ain't about the money with them. As far as what they paying him. Now, what he bringing in, But in the totality of having Shedeur to the Browns and generating income for the Browns, the league is not worried about that for all the other 31 teams because they making money too. They not worried about what that money Shedeur gonna bring to the Browns. They worried about that money they were gonna lose on them guaranteed contracts. That's why their punishment outweigh what you saying the financially wise for the Browns. They thinking about how much money they were going to lose, not how much money Shedeur going to make for the Browns. He just going to help the Browns out with that stadium.
And take advantage of it. Is that why you're not really worried about it per se?
Yes.
Because like Baker, it worked itself out.
Yes.
We were all like, hey, when's he gonna? And he got in naturally. And like you said, the pressure wasn't really there.
Absolutely. And that's why I've kind of come to the realization. I'm sure Shedeur wants to start week 1.
Yeah,
he's a competitor.
Yeah.
But I'm almost as Uncle Rizzy to him. I am almost like, you know what? Let's just watch this play out. Let's just sit back. But when you get your chance, make the most of your chance. I'm okay with that now. You know, I over the past couple of weeks, I kind of come to the grips that is where this is going. And I'm going to be okay with it just as long as he does get a chance. My worst case scenario would be we don't see him play at all this year, and they're going to draft another quarterback next year, and he's not going to get a chance. Then he's going to go somewhere else and be good for another team. I don't want that. I want him to get his chance here.
Tony Grossi has said that this is going to be a much tougher.
That's why I said we need to start talking about year 2 already. We got to start talking about year 2. Because after that, I figured this out. Shedeur is the punishment, and they planning on drafting another quarterback. It ain't even about if Shedeur good or not. It's about he the punishment. We done did our year with him. We getting rid of him. Nah, in the beginning, he ain't like Shedeur, but over the last month, he been on Shedeur's side. This ain't Groski now. He on the Groski show, but this ain't Groski. Cause they, both of their name Tonys.
Browns training camp. You last year were very on the, hey, this is not tough enough. They're not ready for the season. So do you like the reports that, hey, this is going to be a old school training camp?
Yeah, let me say this. Good for Kevin, Coach Stefanski, for seeing you didn't play. Everything was to get the quarterback healthy, but he didn't play. He wasn't prepared to play in week 1. You started 1-6. Yeah, you better switch it up. I think you're going to see guys play a lot more. I don't know about Miles and Joel Bitonio, but I think if you're Kenny Pickett, you're fighting for a quarterback job, you better play in the preseason. If you're the Browns pick to start week 1, I want to see it. I don't want to go total old school because I'm just an old dude. Sure. Yeah. But, Mike Tomlin, they hit in Pittsburgh in the preseason. The Baltimore Ravens, they hit in the preseason. Andy Reid plays Patrick Mahomes in game 1 of the preseason. I hope the Browns see this, and I hope they make some adjustments. And I think some things need to change to get this team ready to play in week 1.
Yeah. Also, Riz, to finish up here, the big news otherwise is the stadium stuff. It looks like we're going to Brook Park. The state and the House passed it. It's got to go to the governor. What are your just overall thoughts on that? Obviously, Chris Ronan was just on RBS. You can go back and listen to that on the Land on Demand if you missed it. But all indications are Brook Park, and it seems like a big win for the Haslams.
It is. I'm excited to see this new stadium. I'm one of the people that's in favor of it, but I think what happens to downtown is very important. Mm-hmm. And I don't think the mayor, the county commissioner was on with us. He said this is more of a mayor thing. I am sympathetic to downtown. I'm sympathetic to the downtown business. I've worked downtown for the 40 years of my 40-year career. I've gone to Browns games downtown since I was a little kid in the 60s. So it's a change, but I hope it's a change for the better. What I think Chris is doing is he's just hanging on as long as he can. But Chris knows, as everyone does, yes, the Haslams are going to build that stadium. Let's hope it's everything they say it is and everything it could be. I hope they get a bunch of events. I am putting the league on notice right now. If we build a $3.5 billion state-of-the-art facility, I want a Super Bowl in Cleveland. I don't want to hear about hotels. We'll figure out places for people to stay. We got Akron, Cleveland, Canton. It's not just the city of Cleveland and Cuyahoga County. But I would assume that the Super Bowl would come here and you'd get some major events. Final Fours, maybe a WrestleMania. WWE loves Cleveland, Ohio. So I think it could all work out. But I just hope the city and the county have a great plan to keep the waterfront and finally develop it, which we've been waiting. Tony and I kid about this all the time. 40 years they've been telling me they were going to develop that waterfront. They have yet to do it.
Yeah, and Riz, it's like when we were in Phoenix, we were on the bus coming back from Guard Spring Training, and me and you look out the window, and we see the Cardinals.
Hey, I don't know nothing about that 420, but hey, let me add you there before I get off, 'cause I'm about to get off. I gotta go. But Yolanda, I wouldn't trust nobody. Now I just said Rizzo right here, he more positive on Shedeur than he was in the beginning. But he figured it out real quick. It ain't taking him that long. But Groski, no. But 420, where that? Right here. Hey, what day you going, my guy? These are open to the public for Cleveland. The date. . Right here. These the dates. When you gonna be out there, my guy, I need that footage. If you gonna get it to me, you ain't got to. I'm just asking. Since you already up there, you know I can't get up there right now. But it is what it is. But yeah, them the dates for the open practices. That boy going to all of them. Oh my goodness, boy, you must don't work. Nobody who can do you like me. Nobody who can give you what you need. Nobody. Y'all hit that like button, man. I gotta go. But yo. This is part 1, man. I'm gonna come back with this. I like talking about this right here, cause ain't nobody. Oh, you took vacation day for all 8 practices? I hope Bucky be there. We definitely react to that. But what I was about to say, you just made me forget. I don't forget. Oh, the collusion. Yeah. I won't dive a little deeper into it. Because, you know, as more and more stuff come out about the NFL collusion case, then we can probably even connect it back deeper to Shedeur and why he did collateral collusion. Because of Deshaun Watson contract. Are you going to Carolina? Hey, I might be going too. I don't know yet. But as always, man, I appreciate y'all for coming. Hit that like button. Subscribe and share. Tell your friend about that money, man. You already know. And yeah. My last day was yesterday, so yeah. But I'm back doing some other stuff, so I'll let y'all know. Oh yeah, 50K Shedeur Sanders jersey giveaway. We looking for tomorrow night. Tomorrow night at 7:30. Right here on Money Man, you already know. One of y'all gonna be a lucky winner of a Shedeur Sanders jersey. Now you gotta be present. You have to be present on the live so you can give me your shipping information. Cause I'm gonna do it on live. I'm gonna buy the jersey on live. Y'all, of course, y'all ain't gonna see the information. I'm not giving out people information, but you gonna have to email it to me, DM me on Instagram, or DM me on Twitter. Then I'll put the information in, order the jersey, go ahead and get it sent. We doing it tomorrow night. The only exception is, y'all remember Shedeur said he was gonna go live with Shiloh on Twitch. I don't know if it's Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. He ain't say nothing. But he gave them 3 days out. So if they go live on Twitch around 7:30, Shedeur do, then I'm not doing it. I'm gonna live stream the Twitch. But if he don't, then we gonna do the giveaway. All right. Appreciate y'all, man.
My chain number 12 like Brady, but I'm still me. Pressure built different when you born to lead. Pocket calm like snow in December. Now I'm in the land, make the city remember. Ain't no clone, this a brand new script. Came from the 2, now I'm flipping the script. Yeah. Call me 2, call me 12. Jersey, new era. Welcome to the land. Number change, but the mission don't fade. AP watching the ice still sway. From Boulder to Browns, levels to this. All digits, same door. I'm built for the man. 12 in the field, yes sir. QB 1-5. Let's get 2 was the spark. 12 is the storm. I'm past the comparisons, now I perform. No more debates, no more doubt. They gon' feel me when I air submission don't fade. AP watching the ice still sway. From Buddha to Browns, levels to this. Home diction, same dog, I'm built for the man. Cove in the field, yes sir. QB 1-5. 12 ain't just a number, it's a statement. It's not about where I was, it's about where I'm going.